Welcome to this week's podcast, brought to you by Craig's Vapes. Smoke it, you bitch, or you won't be cool. So I guess this week's episode, let's see. Smoking. I fucking love smoking cigarettes. They're so good. It's like you're giving yourself little treats throughout the day. I've moved on from cigarettes and now I'm vaping. That's why, our sponsor's a vape company that totally exists and is totally real. With burnt pube being my favorite flavor. But yeah, the caramel cupcake's pretty good too. But yeah, smoking is fucking awesome. I really, really wish it wasn't so bad for you. I mean, yeah, I could switch over to maybe like a more natural tobacco or like roll my own tobacco because I hear it has less additives and all this bullshit. But it's probably, like I just said, it's probably all just bullshit. Spliffs are fucking awesome. Smoking weed with tobacco is fucking great. Just tobacco is fucking great. I wish there were no consequences to smoking cigarettes, but I mean, it's pretty conclusive in the scientific community that that's horrible for you. I grew up with my dad. He smoked, but he always made a point to be like, "Oh, it's bad for you. It's bad for you." But he never stopped. He could never quit. He tried like a few times, but he never could quite let go of it. I remember when he did the nicotine gum, when he tried, he would just chew it like regular bubble gum because he didn't read the fucking instructions. And then, like, obviously, like a few decades later, when I tried using nicotine gum myself, I fucking looked at it, read the instructions. It's like dip. You bite into it and then you put it in between your lip and your gum, and that's how that works. And then it slowly gives you nicotine. You don't just chew it like a fucking piece of fucking candy or like Mentos, just fucking chewing on them. Or, a normal piece of gum, which is chewed, masticated. But yeah, no. My girlfriend, she smoked for a long time cigarettes, and holy shit, she's probably the scariest cigarette smoker I've ever seen in my life. She smokes, when she smokes cigarettes, it's usually because she's going through a bad time, obviously. No one's ever smoking cigarettes when things are great. There's always like an underlying cause for you to smoke cigarettes. So when things are going really bad, I guess that's my theory. Yeah, when Marie smokes cigarettes, holy shit, it's like she's hurting herself because she inhales so deeply and chain smokes so vigorously that it's scary to look at. She smokes like as if it's gonna fix all her problems. Like, at the end of that fucking cigarette, once she fucking polishes that fucker off, it's gonna fix everything. And it's pretty fucking, it's scary to watch, but kind of mystifying as well. I don't have a smoking cigarette fetish. I wish I did, because no, actually, I'm glad I don't, because then I'd be like, smoke cigarettes, baby, to my girlfriend. But I don't want her to smoke cigarettes because I don't have a smoking cigarette fetish. But if I did, she'd be real good at it, because she's great at everything, because she's a great girlfriend. Yeah. But yeah, so now I vape, and I guess I bought one of those disposable vapes, and I told my little brother that I finished it off in 2 days. It's the pill-shaped ones that everybody's smoking. And I told him I finished it off in 2 days, and he got, like, fucking scared, which kind of scared me. He's like, "Bro, how do you not get Nick sick, bro dog? Bussin' cap mid AF." Because that's how Gen Z people talk. My brother's, like, 17. He's going to turn 18. And yeah, he was really concerned that I was vaping so vigorously. So, I mean, maybe I'm the same way with vaping as Marie is with smoking cigarettes. I think it's going to fix all my problems. But fuck me. Just that little nicotine buzz. It's like a motivation, a carrot at the end of a stick for me. Like, oh, I'm feeling bored, just smoke a cigarette. You don't want to do this thing? Oh, reward yourself with a cigarette or vape, nicotine, you know? And also, when you're fucking stoned, holy shit, vaping and smoking cigarettes is fucking great. I really like doing mushrooms and smoking cigarettes. A lot of people use mushrooms to, like, quit things, but, like, it never worked for me. Doing mushrooms just makes me want to, like, eat candy and smoke cigarettes and drink delicious cold beverages. Oh man, I gotta do one of these on fucking mushrooms. I'll have to try that sometime. Anyway, if this podcast is already so fucking off the rails that I don't really like talk about anything and just kind of ramble on mushrooms, it should be interesting. What kind of subjects I'll be talking about, or whatever. I don't know. It's gonna be fucking weird. But yeah, when was my first cigarette? I think my first cigarette was around 16 years old. Oh, God. And that's the thing. My generation grew up with knowing how bad cigarettes are for you, with all the campaigns of don't smoke. Rob Reiner, smoking's bad, smoking's wrong. Oh, my goal. South Park. We knew it was bad. Rob Reiner told us, right? I think Rob Reiner told a different generation. I barely know who Rob Reiner is. I know he's some kind of funny person. I don't know if he's alive or not. Hold on 1 second. I'm letting myself vape during this episode because it's about smoking cigarettes and vaping. But yeah, my generation knows how bad it is. One funny thing, traditional smokers usually are, why are you smoking that robot dick? Just smoke a real fucking cigarette. A buddy of mine, Sharma, used to smoke cigarettes all the time. Now, he's given up, and he smokes robot dicks. He fucking vapes now. It's pretty funny watching him vape. Every single time he picks that fucking vape up, it's funny to me, because he's smoking a robot dick. And I hope he listens to this someday. You robot dick smoker. You fucking gave up. You gave up on cigarettes. Fucking nerd. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's, I always thought that smoking cigarettes would make my voice, like, super cool. Like, hey, how's it going? This is Carlos, and my voice is super fucking cool. But no, naturally like that. I have to force it to sound like this. Dungaroos, wear these pants. I think that's the name of the pants. Dungaroos. Carhartt, wear these pants. Something shit like that. But Carhartt pants are pretty good. I want some. They look very comfortable. Where am I going with this? Oh yeah, anyway. I always thought that it would make my voice sound super fucking cool, but the only thing it did is I still sound super fucking, hey, how's it going? And my voice my singing range just got decreased. That's about it. Like, all it did was, like, reduce my range and make me out of breath all the time smoking cigarettes. Vaping's a little better. I don't feel as out of breath all the time. When I smoke cigarettes, holy fuck, yeah, I definitely feel the effects on my cardiovascular system and my air exchange in my lungs. Like, holy fuck. I just don't feel as oxygenated when I'm smoking cigarettes. But, holy fuck. It didn't make me sound cool at all. Maybe I have to smoke more, or maybe I have to, like, smoke cigars and inhale them. I want to sound like Tom Waits, kind of. Hey, how's it going? Ice cream. But, like, when I talk normally. But I guess, that's kind of like when you do sound like that, you can't really sound like much else. Because I've heard people with, like, damaged voices from smoking, and it seems like their falsetto range kind of goes away too, which I really like doing falsetto. I think it's kind of important for animation and stuff like that. But my falsetto used to be a lot higher. I used to be able to go, oh, oh, oh. See, you can hear it. You can hear the voice damage. And also just my regular singing range just got drastically decreased. I'm sitting in the garage right now. I usually do the podcast out of the living room. But Marie's in there. She's getting some kind of business coaching or something like that. She's not smoking cigarettes. I'll tell you that much. She's getting business coaching. She's a boss lady. I've been watching the fucking LuLaRoe documentary. Holy fuck. I want to sell some fucking leggings for that much fucking money. But I mean, it's like too late. So I guess I have to find like another leggings company that's just starting. It seems like if you get in a pyramid scheme early, you can make money. Maybe I should try a pyramid scheme. I don't know. We'll see. Hold on. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, no, so I'm watching the LuLaRoe thing, and fuck me, some of those people did really well. I can see why people would believe, like, oh yeah, but then the market gets saturated, and then nobody makes any fucking money, except for the people on top selling the fucking product or whatever. I'd be the kind of person who'd get into something like that, but I'd probably get into like a food item and then eat my own supply and then get like really fat and then never sell anything. Kind of like with drugs. See, yeah, that's why I wouldn't be a drug dealer either. I'd be a terrible drug dealer. That's why I'm not a drug dealer. I'd just fucking get high on my own supply. Be it whatever kind of drug I'd be selling. I'd probably be like, oh, let's see what the fuss is about. And then get fucking horribly addicted to whatever I'm selling. So that's why I don't do that. Oh, man. Speaking of pyramid schemes, I think it's time for me to find a job. I'm finally running out of money. I've been able to basically finance since January of 2022 just going to school for voice acting, which is actually why I do this podcast. I do this podcast and audition just to stay in front of a microphone. So, I mean, it's more masturbatory than anything. I really appreciate it if anybody listens to me rambling into a microphone, but I'm mainly doing it just to keep practicing, and, you know, it keeps me active in front of a microphone, talking, refining my microphone technique.
So that way everything doesn't sound like this.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's time for me to get a job, but I really do not fucking know what I want to do. Like, working in construction, holy shit, I am the biggest fucking wuss. I remember being an HVAC technician very briefly. I went to school for HVAC, and I was just fucking, I've always been terrified of heights, which is horrible for trade work because you have to go up on ladders. And I remember it was working for a certain company. My, like, journeyman that I was working with was, his name was JP.
My name's JP Cabernet. Hey, I need to get a little bit of cold, so make sure you bundle up.
Like, that's how he spoke because he was a military brat. So,
make sure you bundle up, because it's gonna get cold.
Like, and he would always call me Banana Boat Kid.
What's up, Banana Boat Kid? What's up, Banana Boat Kid? Putting on your sunscreen smell like sunscreen. Should have gone to Five Guys.
I remember we went to Wendy's one time and he got really mad at me because we spent the same amount of money that we had at Five Guys, but at a Wendy's, and
we should go to Five Guys.
But he spoke like that because he was a military brat, so he lived all over the world. So his accent was just an amalgamation of just all of these accents, and I could barely fucking understand him. But he was a cool guy. But he always made fun of me for wearing sunscreen and being afraid of heights because we were in Manhattan Beach in this fucking giant house, and we were on the balcony of their main bedroom trying to get on top of the roof, and holy shit, my legs were fucking shaking. And like the roof had like it was like an angled roof. It wasn't a flat roof, it was a house roof, so I had to get up there. Holy fucking shit. So the first step off that extension ladder from the balcony, terrifying. But they never let me live that one down. But I mean, I kind of got used to heights, but I've never been comfortable as an electrician. When I worked as an electrician, I didn't. I couldn't get over it, but I still did it mildly. My boss would always say, Danny. My boss would always go, "You look so uncomfortable," and I was uncomfortable all the time. Fucking scissor lifts. I fucking hate heights, and then my legs were always fucking shaking. And I would always and then people would fuck with me, like on scissor lifts. People start fucking rocking it and stuff like that. Oh, fucking kill me. Anyway, but I'm trying to decide what kind of work I'm gonna do, because I just feel like I'm fucking sick of people telling me what to do. I don't want to have a schedule. I guess at some point, you know, you're told to do something by somebody, but like this voice acting gig that I'm trying to get into, this whole voice acting thing, I don't mind taking direction. I think that's fine, because I'm helping aid in a creative process. It's creative. You know, and that's required, the back and forth between the people involved in creating something. You have to go back and forth, and I don't consider that being told what to do, even though it kind of is. But that's the director. You gotta, you know, listen to a director. That's their job. But I guess I'm talking about like what to wear, what time to show up somewhere. You can't vape in here. Brought to you by Craig's Vapes. You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't this. You can't that. Like, I don't want someone telling me what I can and can't do. For the most part, I want to be able to have blue hair. Which actually, I'm going to dye my hair blue pretty soon, probably. But I'm running out of money and I don't know what to do. Like, it's killing my soul to have a normal job. I want something more creative. But there's also bills to pay, you know? I'm running out of money. So what I did was, in order to survive this long, I pulled out my retirement, my 401k, and then just fucking invested in buying a new laptop and microphone stuff, paying for my classes. That was a big drain financially. But basically, I spent this whole time from January forward just taking voice acting classes, and then once I got my demo reel, I started auditioning for stuff. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I can't do customer service anymore. I'm burnt out on that. I did tech support. I've worked retail, but I did tech support for like a year, and then that was my last job. I was there for 3 years. The first year was pure tech support. Then it was like sprinkled throughout. Sometimes I'd have to help customers. But getting yelled at by electricians, first of all, when I was an electrician for 3 years, just fucking, that sucked. Having someone tells you suck all the time is not fun. That's kind of like part of being an apprentice with a lot of places, though. And then having to get yelled at by electricians that are mad that they can't get a fucking heater to work because they're too fucking stupid to put line 1 to one color, line 2 to the other color. Oh, God. I guess it's not their fault. They don't know. But, there was a lot of nice electricians, but the majority were fucking pissed off and mean. Holy fuck, doing tech support. God damn. But then, yeah, I got burnt out on, like, working an office job. Because you have to be, like, there's so many, like, you have to behave a certain way. Like, you can't walk into an office going, everybody fucking thinks you're a weirdo when you do that. And nobody acknowledges you because they don't want to encourage you to keep doing that. I did that so much to the upper management guys at my old job. I'd walk in and start barking like a fucking dog for some reason. And they just wouldn't acknowledge it. Oh, fuck. So I don't fit in an office. I don't want to do trade work because I'm scared of heights. I'm listening to my body. I don't know what the fuck to do. So no customer service, no heights. So that's where I'm at. That's my conundrum. Leave a comment below if you have any suggestions for the kind of work I should do. I don't do customer service and I don't do heights. And I don't drive because I fucking hate driving. Except, you know what? Okay, driving is really mixed. I don't like driving in general because it makes me really anxious and nervous, and I get really like fucking, uncomfortable because, hey, I mean, driving's risky. You can crash your car, you can crash into a pole, a person, all kinds of stuff. But it's really cool because you can vape inside a car, and Craig's vape are the best vapes, with burnt pube and caramel muffin. Craig's vapes. Smoke it, you bitch. Fucking robot dick smoking bitch. And then, so yeah, but recently I went to a Gambler 500, and holy shit, that was fucking fun. I wasn't driving, but I wanted to drive. Like, so I'm going to do the next one in my Mercedes. I have an R500, 2006 R500 Mercedes that my brother-in-law Joe is helping me fucking fix up. We have to put a skid plate on it, and then he helped me, bless his heart, helped me change the battery out because that shit was a fucking nightmare. And he's helping me get my 99 Toyota Corolla more presentable because that's going to be my daily. And then my Gambler car is going to be my Mercedes R500 that always breaks down and always has fucking problems. But my 99 Toyota Corolla is the fucking reliable one. But the Gambler 500 off-roading was so fucking cool that made me kind of like driving again. Because when I was younger, I liked the freedom of driving and I wasn't so worried. But as I've gotten older, I get more worried about stuff. But it kind of like renewed the spark in me with car stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna do the Gambler 500 soon, hopefully, and then going off-roading because that shit was fun. And then there's a party at the end of the first day. That's fucking cool. Everybody's like sharing everything. It's really nice. It's a nice little cult to belong to. I wouldn't say I'm part of it, but it's a cult that I could get into, But yeah, I think that's enough rambling. I might have like a part 2 on how much I hate driving. Nah, fuck it. Let's keep going. This one time, I was driving up in Washington State, and it was a 2-lane road, and it was dark and foggy, and there was a bunch of other cars around me. I was driving, and this is a time I almost died driving. So all of a sudden, I'm driving down this 2-lane road, probably going around 40 miles an hour. All of a sudden, the lane that I am in, the far right lane, disappears and turns into like a gravel fucking road, like a dirt road. I must have missed something because visibility was kind of poor. All of a sudden, my car goes up into the air and I can't hit the brakes or anything because my car is in the fucking air. And I'm rapidly approaching the back of a parked semi-truck. And I literally, it's like fucking head level and I was about to die. Luckily, I landed. The brakes kicked in, I slid, and I didn't hit the fucking semi-truck. And that is the closest I've ever come to dying while driving. I don't know what the point of that fucking story was, but I was real scared and I was up in Washington. Oh, I gotta talk about my time living up in Washington. That'll be my next podcast episode, I think. Living in Washington. I could talk about my relationships up there. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that. The next podcast episode will probably be me living in Washington State. Ooh, I could talk about Sam and Rochelle. Oh, God. So, yeah, all right. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut this podcast off now. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I love you. Goodbye.